Hey guys, Ryan here, and today I'm going to bring you my first impressions video on the CS-52 list Tier 8 Pre-Medium Tank. Couldn't bring you a video on it because on Tuesday I only had 169,000 silver on my account, so I couldn't afford any equipment to put on this vehicle. So, spent the past couple of days grinding some silver, I've equipped it, and now I can bring you the video on this Polish medium. Now, quick disclaimer, for anyone new watching, or for anyone who's watched for a while but not too familiar with my first impressions layout, this is not a review. I've not played many games in this tank. In fact, you can see I've played 0 games in this tank. It is literally, as it says, a first impressions. I will play my first 3 games all live. I will go over what equipment I'm going to use, what crew skills I'm using. I'll look at the general stats of it. But I could have 3 bad games. It doesn't mean the tank's bad. And I could have 3 great games. Doesn't mean the tank's great. If you're looking for information on the tank about whether it's good or not, and you're wanting to find that out because you want to buy it, check out other people's videos. I know Patty's done a video on it. It's the main one I know of. Yeah, to be fair, I just say check Patty's video. If you're familiar with Patty, you'll know that he is a much better player than me and has an actual review out on this tank. Also, you may have seen in my previous giveaway video, that's still running till Saturday, by the way, so if you want a chance at winning a Panzer 5.4 and you're on PlayStation, go to that video and check it out and you'll see how to enter. I figured out how to put text on the screen. Very basic, I know, but I'm really pleased with myself. And what I'm going to do is, for anyone watching, for any of you who want to skip the equipment, the consumables, the crew skills, me looking at the tank's stats, if you just want to get to the gameplay, I'm going to put a little timer up right about now, explaining at what time in the video the gameplay starts, so that you can just skip ahead to that if you wish. So, let's get into this, shall we? CS-52 list. I'm very excited for this vehicle. First we'll go over the stats before we decide what crew skills and equipment. I'm going to show you what crew skill equipment I'm going to use. So, penetration, 208 standard, 252 premium. Now that's not too bad, because the Ragnarok is 205mm standard pen, and I don't find myself firing premium rounds too often, but obviously, against tier 10 and 9 super heavies, you might struggle. If we go to the module viewer, we're going to see that top speed of 50, reverse speed 20. Very nice. The horsepower per turn ratio, I've no idea because they don't show you that. The gun has a rate of fire of 7.26 with my equipment and crew setup, 0.36 actually with my setup, and it has 320 average damage. Now the 320 average damage at tier 8 is actually quite nice. Obviously there are tanks with 390, like the T-59, the Type 59-2 and the Revelarice and the Draugen, but 320 is still a nice number to have, and you think like T-44-100 has about 250, and there are tier 10 mediums that have 320 alpha, like the 140 and the 62A, so that's still a pretty punchy alpha for a medium tank. Don't mix that up. And the 420 high explosive alpha is actually pretty decent. Whether you want to carry some or not, I'm not too sure. Depends how much ammo it carries, but you might want some for Scorpion G's, Iron Rain, Ship Barns, Waffly 100, etc, etc. Now it apparently has 40 degrees track traverse with a 43 degree turret traverse, which isn't bad, if we're honest. And view range, again, with my current setup is 443 meters, so I'm just below the 445 meter range, but again, I'm fairly close, it's not too bad. Now, the ammo, which I'm going to get into now actually, while I equip the tank. So you will see it's got AP as standard, and APCR as its premium, and I've just seen this thing only carries 35 rounds of ammo, so I would probably go ahead and say no to any high explosive shells. For me, you might find yourself running out of them. 20 standard, 15 APCR, and we'll see how that goes. Because +2 -2 is in effect right now, so you're going to see a lot of tier 10s. So I'll just put the ammo on. Now, equipment-wise, what I went for is advanced loader. Obviously, you always want the loading time one if you can ever get it. Being a medium tank, I went for advanced optics because I'm a huge fan of view range, and then I've gone with vertical stabilizers. Don't need the concealment, although it does have pretty good concealment. You could use vents if you want instead of vertical stabilizer, but the guns actually isn't the greatest. Now, bear in mind, I'm at 0.36, and I don't have the accuracy cruise skill. Which, speaking of, I normally have full skilled commanders in my vehicles, but this tank came with a 3-skill crew, so I put 6th Sense, Situational Awareness, Rapid Loading. I thought the actually one might not be too important to begin with. I'll get that later, because actually in this game, generally speaking, tends to be pretty decent on most tanks up to 6.0. So I'm going to try that out, and obviously this tank can work for crew training. So I'm just going to build up a crew over time to get max thing, and as you can see, I've got a lot of Commander XP boosts that I can use. I'm actually going to use a couple today. But what I'm going to say is, I'll give you a quick rundown on what skills I'm going to use. So I've already got 6th Sense, Rapid Loading, Situational Awareness. You're going to want Born Leader. That improves everything, just a little bit. You're going to want the accuracy one, Steady Aim. And then what I'm going to use is, I'm going to use Camouflage Expert. Which is 1, 2, 3. That gives me 3 more spaces, and then I would use Snapshot, Run and Gun, and then that leaves 1 more skill. What would I use? Maybe Silent Driving if I have a spare slot, because I very much value camouflage on my vehicles. I've said before, I'm a big fan of view range, and camouflage helps your view range. You could use another gun skill, should I say, if you want, or even the traverse speed ones, if you really wanted. But, just so you're aware then, my crew is just consisting of 6th Sense, Situational Awareness, and the extra reload thing. Now, I don't know what this vehicle's base DPM is, but I'm going to put some consumables on, and what I'm going to use is Premium Repair Kit, because I like the SideScrape a lot, and that makes my trash get blown off. Standard Med Kit, and then I'm going to use food. I have no idea what this tank's like for getting set on fire. Maybe get set on fire a lot, I'll have to find out. But, looking at armor, and speaking of side-scraping, you'll see that's got okay frontal armor. 80mm, you will bounce lower to your vehicle, especially light tanks if there's auto aimed at the front of you. You can pull off some bounces with that. The side armor is 75mm, so you can side scrape everything, but look at that lip underneath the turret ring. So if there's one side scraping you, there will be a part of that ring that is flat. So if you can shoot that, and you can see it, look for it. And in fact, let's see how obvious it is to see. To be fair, look at that tank now. It's not the most easy thing to see when it's side scraping, but you can kind of see it. So just bear in mind, you can side scrape in this to a degree, but if people know where they're shooting or they get lucky, they might hit that. So only side scrape if you need to, if you've got no other choice. Oh, it's got. I don't even need to pay for camo. Come for the hero skin, and you know what? It's actually not too bad. Now, you know what? I actually think that hero skin looks pretty decent. So I've got my ammo loader sorted. I've got my equipment loader sorted. I've got my 3 skill crew sorted, which shouldn't be too bad because I've gone into games without a commander at all, and I've had decent games. So, that's enough waffling from me. Actually, I tell a lie, I'm going to activate a times 4 Commander XP boost just because I've got more of them. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bust out the trusty calculator. And I can't tell you what the base DPM is, but I can tell you what my current DPM is with advanced loading and the reload skill on the commander. So all that combined means 320 times 7.26. This thing's rocking 2300 DPM now, which isn't bad for a tier 8 medium tank. It's actually pretty decent. Especially when you're top tier, you'll be shredding people. Nothing else to do but get into some games and see how this tank performs. Now, I've seen people comparing this thing to the T-44-100. I love the T-44-100. It's an amazing tank. Still super competitive, and I actually rate it up there with the Dragon, the Ragnarok, and the likes of those. But you don't see it too often anymore. So I'm willing to see if it's got the mobility of a T-44-100. T-44-100 is a very mobile tank. Now the map isn't ideal, but the matchmaking's been very kind to me. Only one artillery, but it is an M44, which is horrifying, if we're honest. Now, the enemies are probably going to come down the BC line, because of the way the spawns are going. I could go and intercept them, and that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to turn back if I realize my team aren't going there. Now, it doesn't feel that nippy, or quick in the acceleration, if I'm honest. But then again, I wasn't expecting it to, because it's actually got some decent armor. Me being the noob that I am when it comes to making videos like this, I forgot to check the actual turret armor. Surprise, surprise, I got distracted just looking at what the side armor's like to see if I could side-scrape or not. Oh, I've been spotted. Move! They have a dreadnought, which is not ideal. Tried an auto-lock shot on the move. I didn't hit him, but not that I was expecting to. Oh, critical damage on the T-52 because it's a Russian light tank, so I'm not allowed to pen those. To be fair, I hit him, and that's pretty decent. Right, IS-2M. I need to be careful because the... I'm not gonna lie, Dreadnought scares me. Doesn't matter what tier you are, Dreadnoughts are not a fun thing. Well, in fact, I'm going to try and help our light tank here. Well, never mind, you don't need my help. Now, the thing is, most Dreadnoughts seem to be firing hate, so I can't side-scrape them. I cannot get around the rock that way. Dreadnought is fired, I have to be careful of artillery. And this map being as fun as it always is. Oh, that's an ISM, that's not ideal. Let's see if I can side-scrape. Yes, I can. But the thing is, an ISM is much better at side-scraping than I am. And I actually can't pan his turret either, he's got the upgraded turret. Oh, he's actually doing a good job, you know. I might have to low premium for him in a moment. Oh, this ISM. I now know how it feels when I do it to other people when I side-scrape. It's very annoying, I must admit. Our light tank's currently committing suicide, because why wouldn't they? And the team are just not moving. That's what this map is. Just a big old camp off as no one wants to move. Roll for 284. Now you see, I'm actually side-scraping quite successfully here without my, that weak point I pointed underneath the turret being panned. Like, it is quite hard to see, and obviously some people may not know about it yet. He's waiting for me to poke out. Now I should reload faster. But this guy's angling very well indeed. Oh, ISMs are so annoying! I got my upper plate there. Right, the premium rounds are going in. I can't even pan his turret, he's got 250 raw turret armor. To be fair, I'm being held up by a single ISM. If, like, anyone just wants to go around that corner and shoot him, that'd be great. Thank the Lord. Reverse side scrape. TD's still alive. Missed that snapshot. This has been a very boring game, this, but such is Sunset Coast. I'll go back to base. But yes, as you can see, an ISM top tier fully upgraded is one of the worst things you can ever run into. I mean, to be fair, even against tier 10s, you can actually shit on them pretty highly. The only issue is, against tier 10s, tier 9 and 10, tanks have the premium pen to pen an ISM through the turret cheeks, which at tier 8, I don't have. Or at least this thing doesn't have. There's a stir meal on full health. What's their medium tank? A Draugen. I can out DPM a Draugen. I think he's sneaking down the back here. No, he isn't. So maneuverability wise, I would definitely say it's not as mobile as a T-44-100 or anywhere really close to. I might go for the RAM. I'm probably going to. I'm definitely going to. Beautiful. So, team spent most of the time at the back of the map, and I got side-scraped by an ISM in the middle of the map. That was not fun. He penned me once through the upper plate, but you did see, when you don't show the upper plate, I'll show my side armor, I was able to bounce him. So, side scraping's definitely okay in this tank. Now let's see if I can actually get you a decent damage game here. All we can do is hope we don't get mines. Like, I wouldn't mind a port. Port I won't be too upset with, but mines I will not be too happy with. Mountain pass. Now I do have okay camo, so I can try and make the cross without getting spotted, depending on matchmaking. But I am quite slow. Top tier again. This is madness, this. I've decided I am going to be quite aggressive. We have one light tank. It is a Trailblazer though, so he's got really good view range. One of our team's pinging the ice road. If anyone watching this video, don't go ice road. Never go ice road. It is not a good thing to do. And a fair few of our team are actually going there. But yeah, ice road is just not good. In fact, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible to go ice road. Just look at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to like stop by this rock over here. I'm going to slow down, because what you have to do is you have to play around your team when they do stupid things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here and hold the line if need be. I can retreat and run back to them. I just need to not be too aggressive. So I'm going to hold the line right here. This rock isn't the most ideal for side scraping because of its awkward shape, so my hull shows even when I side scrape. How do I tell them to fall back? Boom. No, there's love on the bridge. I'm going to go around and help with this T-34-85, and then we might be able to do something about these other guys. You know what, actually? With our team over at E2... Oh, there's multiple guys here. T-44P, Ariete, Progetto, King Tiger showed up. Just nice, I suppose. Our guy's drop going in for the Ariete. I'll help him. And then we can shoot this medium tank in the middle in the back. I'll do that trade. Now, this is actually looking very bad for us. Now, this is what I said, we need to go back to base. We can't keep pushing with our team on Ice Road. Oh, this tank didn't turn very well. Now, as you can see, their team's actually winning the other side of the map, the part that isn't Ice Road, which is the more important part of the map. So they're actually looking pretty good right now, unless me and this guy can do something about it. Now, there's a paladin to the right, but I don't think this King Tiger's noticed it. He has not. Now, as you can see, the people who went to Ice Road have done nothing. Oh, you son of a bitch. I don't know how that missed. That could be the death of me. Now, to conclude, guys, just don't go Ice Road. Just, I'm begging all of you, never do it. He's trying to push me out to the T-28 Pro. Oh! Yep. Nothing I could do there. If your team goes Ice Road, you lose. It's just what happens. The main surprising thing for me is that someone at the start of the game actually pinged there. Although I suppose actually the more surprising thing is, people actually listened to him. Wasn't a bad result though, to be fair. 2200 damage, I did the best I could. ISM had a really good game here, just driving down Ice Road. I don't even know what he's doing actually, he must be looking for artillery or something, I don't know. The Wraith, by the way, is a deal of the week, I believe. Oh, that hunt for artillery went really well for him. By the way, for any of you who are unaware, long haul is now 75 wins to get, which is ridiculous. They need to change it back to XP earn, like 300,000 XP. The reason being, if you need XP, even if your team do stupid things towards it, when there's a win condition, you're just too heavily reliant on your team. And that's just not a good thing for free war chest. And how am I doing for that? 25 wins, and I've played a fair few games. So 2200 damage, again, not the worst. No special games yet. Do you remember me saying how I didn't want mines? Fuck my life. You know what, I've had 2 top tier battles, and I bet you on the shittest map in the game for high tier tanks, this will be the game that's tier 10. Very heavy tier 9. It's not too bad. We've got the shit spawn, which is not ideal. They have 4 light tanks, which is fucking nuts. Hopefully I can just get one shot into someone climbing up the hill. If I can do that, I'll be happy. Don't know what he was planning. At the very least, I suppose there's no artillery. I mean, at this point, I should load APCR, but I've been hesitant to do it these past few games. But I'm gonna do it. Oh my god, holy shit. Oh fucking LT30. Well, I don't really want to deal with that. Premium round through his turret. T-30's coming back. I cannot overmatch T-30 turret. I cannot pen his turret even with my premium. The fact I have a T-30 here is really annoying. Thankfully our type can deal with that. Right, they could have another TD at the back. What is their other TD? It's a convoy. Interesting. Ah, shite. You get such a good position. Is he gonna go for a jump? I'd actually respect him if he did. He's not. This guy's gone AFK or something. It's nice. Load the APCR again, because tier 9 heavies. I'm being proxy spotted as well, so they know I'm here. Critical damage only. And to no one's surprise, having the losing spawn on mines means we're losing. Who'd have thunk it? Being proxy spotted as well, which is shite. Try and get shots into the back of the M103 while trying to decap. Beautiful shot. Oh, there's an STI here. There's fucking tier 9 heavies everywhere. Here comes the convoy. Shadow's moving in. I don't think that's the upgraded turret. Side scraping well. Guy's trying to jump on me. He is. He actually made it down alive. Fuck knows how. He missed. I don't have a fire extinguisher, and I did get something fire. He did shoot me in the ass, though, to be fair. part of liking. And again, the losing spawn on mines, all you can do is try and get yourself as good a game as possible. You can't win. But I think that was a pretty good result, considering. Funnily enough, the worst matchmaking on the worst map on the losing spawn got me the best game. I'm just going to skip to the end of this game. I'll meet you there. I won't make you watch this. Through the power of editing, I shall skip ahead. And I'll see you back in the garage. And the game is finally over. I've spared you the pain of watching what my 3 top tier tanks were doing at the end. Or 3 of them. 3,300 damage, which is apparently the most on either team. 324 assistance, 1 kill. 1,000 blocked, you saw me side scraping the ST1. 81,000 profit even with the premium fired. And overall, not a bad game considering the map. And overall that game was pretty shit for everyone, if I'm honest. So, if we just wait for me to get my season reward things, or at least look at my previous game. I don't think I looked at the Mountain Pass one. 2,200 top. First game, not particularly impressive, but we won. Second game, not a bad result. 2,200 damage and 3 kills. You know, you'll take that. And how much profit did I make? 50k. And the last one on mine, 3,300 damage, a little bit of assistance and a kill. Overall, bear in mind I've only got a 3 skill crew in this. I think I might like this tank. I can side scrape in it. It's got 700 gun depression, which is about that amount, which I'm like is just about right for me, is like a minimum. 700 gun depression. The gun feels punchy with 320 alpha. It feels like it's got an alright rate of fire. Gun handling doesn't feel incredible, but as I said, I've got more crew skills to get. So, you know, maybe once I get those, it'll appear again. And as I said, this is my first impressions, so don't take this as a review of the vehicle. And I'll have videos in the future, no doubt, of this tank when I've got more crew skills and when I've had better games. And then I'll give my opinion on the tank after I've played more games in it. That's the thing. So, overall, I think I'm going to enjoy this tank. Some average games and an alright game to end with. And also you got to see the struggle that is trying to win for long haul with some of these teams. Biggest takeaway from this video, don't go Ice Road on Mountain Pass. It just is not worth it. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you all in the next one.